Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Love of Biology. Today we are going to deal about female reproductive system. So what the organs contains: a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviduct or the fallopian tubules, uterus, cervix, vagina, vulva or external genitalia. So these along with the glands we are calling as female reproductive system. Let us discuss one by one. First, a pair of ovaries and how they are present. Here in the diagram you can see the uterus, fallopian tubes as well as ovary. So ovary is connected to the fallopian tubes and cervix, vagina is present. Right, all these are forming. And first ovaries if you take so these are two solid egg-shaped structures and primary sexual organs. They're attached to the uterus by the ligaments and attached to the abdominal cavity by the double folding of peritoneum, that is meso-ovarium we are calling. They store and release the ova or female egg cell. Ovaries are covered by simple cuboidal epithelial layer or the germinal layer, and inner layer is a tunica albuginea. So inner side it contains the stroma cells. So stroma of the ovary which is divided into peripheral cortex which contains the ovarian follicles, and inner medulla which contains the connective tissue with the blood vessels. Nerve fibers are present in the medulla region. So these are present inside the ovary. So next, fallopian tubes or oviducts. The fallopian tubules or oviducts are two very fine tubes leading from the ovaries of the female to the uterus. So here you can see the fallopian tubes. So here which are connecting to the ovary, which is divided into infundibulum, which contains the finger like fimbriae, which will bind to the ovary, and also ampulla, isthmus they contain. Actually these are the regions where fertilization will takes place. On maturation of the ovum, the follicle and the ovaries wall rupture, allowing the ovum to escape and enter the fallopian tube. There it travels through the uterus, pushing along with the movements of the cilia on the inner lining of the tubes. This takes hours or the days. If the ovum is fertilized in the fallopian tube, then it normally implants in the endometrium when it reaches the uterus, which signals the beginning of the pregnancy. Okay, so after ovulation, the ovum is captured by the oviduct. After traveling down the oviduct to the uterus, occasionally being fertilized on its way by an incoming sperm, leading to the pregnancy, and the eventually birth of a new human being will takes place. So already I told it is divided into infundibulum, the funnel like structure with a fimbriae which will collect the ovum from the ovary, and ampulla, isthmus. In between this junction the fertilization will takes place. In between the isthmus, the narrow tube, and also wider ampulla, in between these two the fertilization will takes place in the fallopian tubules. So which leads to the uterus. You can see uterus which is a inverted pear shaped structure. So let us see the uterus. It is a hollow large muscular organ which is looking like a upside down pear. The uterus is highly vascularized, present between urinary bladder as well as the rectum. So it connected to the abdominal cavity by mesometrium. The uterus has one main function: to protect and nourish the fetus. So all these are connecting to the abdominal cavity. So uteral wall which contains the three layers: perimetrium, that is outer one thin layer; myometrium, middle one thick with the mesols; endometrium, inner lining. So outer one we are calling it as a perimetrium, middle one with muscles, that is the myometrium, and inner is endometrium, blood vessels it contains. The wall of uterus has the ability to stretch. After childbirth, the uterus shrinks back to the original shape in 6 to 8 weeks. but it can also take to 9 months for the recover. Cervix. Next, after the uterus, the neck or opening of the uterus is the cervix. A normal healthy cervix is strongest muscle in the body. It dips down about half an inch into the vagina. It is normally plugged by the mucus. It stays tightly closed during the pregnancy. And vagina, it is large muscular from cervix to the vestibule and lined by non-keratinized stratified squamous, that is flat cells, which opens into vestibule by a opening called as vaginal orifice. So here you can see that. And vulva, external genitalia, which is divided into labium majora, labium minora. The outer one called as labium majora, larger one, and smaller one are the labium minora, inner side. So where the vestibule is present and also clitoris. So vestibule contains the urethral opening as well as the vaginal opening. Separate openings are present. So here clitoris is present, which is a sensitive part above the urethral opening. So these are the external genitalia. And next, glands. So 3 types of the glands are present in the female reproductive system. Those are Bartholin's glands, Skene's glands, mammary glands. These are 2 glands on both sides of the vagina. They secrete the mucus for lubrication. Skene's glands, these are also located lower end of the urethra, which will secrete the lubricating fluid when stimulated. Mammary glands, these are the special characters of the mammals. A pair of milk secreting glands. They contain the glandular tissue, which divided into 15 to 20 lobes, which contain the alveoli. Alveoli cells will secrete the milk and stored in their lumen. They open into the tubules to form the mammary duct. Later, this mammary duct will form into a ampulla, and ampulla will opens into the lactiferous ducts, from where the milk will be sucked. So here you can see in the diagram the different lobules which are containing the alveoli cells, and also the tubules. These are the mammary tubules. And links to duct. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my